On May 5th through 8th, the trial on the case of Chairman of Election Monitoring and Democracy Studies Center Anar Mammadli, EMDS Executive Director Bashir Suleymanli, and Head of the Partner NGO Elnur Mammadli continued with victim testimonies in Baku Court on grave crimes. Etiram Muradov, regarded as a victim by the investigation, noted in the process that he had no claims against defendants. Then another alleged victim, Hasan Hasanov, testified. He took part in the 2013 presidential election monitoring project. He said he signed the receipt for 456 manat but was only given 100 manat. It turned out over his questioning that Hasan Hasanov had not submitted his high school diploma to these organizations and was dismissed from the project as he couldn't manage his work. Overall, 12 victims testified at hearings. Neither of them had claims against the defendants, so they objected to being regarded as victims. Lawyer Ali Baba Rizayev handed over a letter from the headquarters from the U.S. National Democratic Institute confirming that the grant mentioned in the criminal case had actually been awarded to the Volunteers International Corporation Public Union, and they didn't have any claims against the accused. The lawyer also presented notary certified letters from the 7 victims in which they didn't recognize themselves as victims. Note that Anar Mammadli, head of the NGO EMDS, was detained on December 16, 2013 on charge of running business without registration, tax evasion, and abuse of office by influencing election results. He was sent to pretrial detention straight away, while the 2 other accused, EMDS Executive Director Bashir Suleymanli and Volunteers International Corporation Public Union Director Elnur Mammadli, were prohibited to leave Baku until trial. On March 19th, the accused faced additional charges of service forgery and appropriation of property. On May 5th, Azadlık newspaper staff was picketing in front of the office of the Gazette press distribution firm, demanding repayment of an announced debt of 68,000 manat, which Gazette owes to Azadlık for sold papers. Gazette director Mir Kazımov met the protesters, saying the firm admits the debt, but doesn't have means to pay it back as itself was in a dire financial state. Kazımov promised to try to pay part of the debt every week. On May 5th, Baku Appeal Court held a hearing on the case of former Member of Parliament Gular Ahmadova. Referring to Article 70, conditional condemnation of the Criminal Code, Ahmadova's previous sentence was commuted to a suspended sentence with 3-year probation. Gular Ahmadova was free from the courtroom. Note that former Member of Parliament Gular Ahmadova was handed down a 3-year prison sentence on December 3, 2013 on charges of embezzlement and concealment of crime. Ahmadova's lawyer Afsar Talibov appealed against the court's verdict. Trial on the case of journalist Paris Hashimli reopened on May 5th. While examining the evidence, the judge Novruz Karimov read the opinions of the judicial experts. The judge announced completion of judicial investigation, and the prosecutor requested time out to prepare his speech. Note that Bizim Yol newspaper journalist and moderator as editor-in-chief Paris Hashimli was detained on September 17th by employees of the Ministry of National Security. Main Investigation Department of MNS launched a case against him with 3 articles of the Azerbaijan Criminal Code. Article 206.3.2, smuggling of firearms on preliminary arrangement by an organized group. Article 228.2.1, illegal purchase, transfer, selling, storage, transportation, and carrying of firearms, their accessories, supplies, and explosives by an organized group. And Article 228.2.2, the same acts committed repeatedly. The flat of Manat Azova, head of the Women Crisis Center, was searched on May 6th. The group of searchers included 3 people from Ministry of National Security and 1 from General Prosecutor's Office, accompanied by 2 cameramen from the MNS. Samira Agayeva noted that employees of law enforcement agencies seized 3 computers, including Aziz's Android son's computer, flash cards, title deed for the apartment, financial documents, and business cards. Note that Manat Azov was questioned by the General Prosecutor's Office on May 1st in connection with the case of Rauf Mirgadirov, who is charged on treason. She was mostly questioned about the activity of Leyla Yunus, head of the Institute for Peace and Democracy. Women Crisis Center is based in the same building as the IPD. On May 6, Baku Court on Grave Crimes announced the verdict on the case of the youth activists from Nida movement and Azad Gençlik organization. Activists Rashadot Akhundov, Gurbanlı, and Ilkin Rüstemzade have been given 8 years, Mehmet Azizov 7.5 years, Etiram Muradov and Bakhtiyar Guliyev 7 years, and Shahin Novruzlu 6 years prison sentences. Note that the 7 activists of Nida civic movement were detained in April and May of 2013 and are charged with planning to use Molotov cocktails during a mass protest in Baku on March 10, 2013. Some of the youth are also charged with illegal possession of drugs. Member of the Azad Gençlik organization Ilkin Rüstemzade, who is co-accused with Nida activists, was detained on May 17, 2013. He was first charged with hooliganism, then additional with organizing riots and attempting to participate in them. The youth detained during the protest against the court verdict on Nida activists appeared before the Nasimi District Court on May 7th. Court handed down 15 days of administrative detention to Tural Abbaslı, Shafi Shafiev and Hacı Zeynallı, 30 days to Kemalə Bənənyarlı, and 20 days to Orxan Əyyubzadə. Other actors Toğrul Ibrahim, Türker Əlisoy, Orxan Rüstəmzadə and Anar Mammadli were fined 402,600 azan. APFP member Rasul Mursal was freed after being warned. On May 6, Nasimi District Court rejected the unlawful detention complaint filed by the journalist Rauf Mirgadarov. The journalist is currently held in the custody of the Minister of National Security. Note that Rauf Mirgadarov, correspondent of Baku-based Zerkala newspaper, was arrested by MNS employees on April 19th after being deported to Baku from Turkish capital city Ankara, where he had been living since 2010. He is charged under Article 274, treason of the Criminal Code. Nasimi District Court has ordered him to serve 3 months of pretrial detention. On May 6, Central Park Hotel didn't allow the Art for Democracy Human Rights campaign to hold a presentation of its website and the report titled Artistic Freedom of Expression in Azerbaijan, Creativity Under Pressure. Though the organizers had signed a contract less than an hour before the beginning of the event, in a phone call to the campaign coordinator Rasul Jafarov, the hotel administrator said the event was cancelled due to technical reasons. Jafarov believes that the reasons of prevention are rather political. He considered it to be a violation of freedom of expression and assembly. On May 8, the trial of Facebook actors Abdul Abilov continued in Baku Court on grave crimes, with a hearing chaired by Judge Ahmed Guliyev. Defendants' lawyer Khalid Bagra filed a motion for questioning of more witnesses. The judge rejected the motion. Defense witnesses Mahir Ismailov and Tashkilat Abdullayev testified in the process. They said Abdul Abil was brought handcuffed to the front of his apartment by plainclothesmen. Note that Facebook actor Abdul Abil was arrested on November 22, 2013 and charged with illegal possession, storage, manufacturing or sale of drugs, which stipulates a prison sentence for up to 12 years. Narman District Court ordered him to be put in pretrial custody. Abil was the admin of the Facebook page Stop Sycophants, which was closed after his arrest. On May 8, during afternoon hours, a fire broke out in Baku Town's education center of Azerbaijan Republic State Oil Company, located in Sabayl district of Baku. The State Fire Protection Service of the Ministry of Emergency Situations arrived in the scene to put out the fire. Note that there is also a kindergarten in the affected building. Baku celebrates an unofficial annual flower festival which has been marked since 2000 in Baku and other cities in the memory of the late President Heydar Aliyev. Earlier, the festival used to be held in the national park where residents of capital city mainly rest. But now it starts on May 10th on the birthday of Heydar Aliyev and lasts for several days. Over these days, colorful compositions of rare flowers brought from abroad are exhibited in the park named after Heydar Aliyev, which is located in front of the Central Park.